I better put it in my pocket. Otherwise, they might confiscate it when they check the cells again. That's the slice of bread from my cell. The last reserve. A wooden plank bed, stone hard. The upper cell's closed. If I'm not mistaken, the cell doors on my level will open in a moment. Officer? Sir?
You got a problem, right? What is it then? What's wrong? Is your mattress not soft enough for your terrorist behind?
Can I ask you a question, sir?
Today must be your lucky day, right? I already had a lot of fun in cell block U9, so I don't mind having a chat with a bastard like you.
I have a question regarding this prison, sir.
Then spit it out before I change my mind.
When is yard exercise?
Sir!
Yeah. Now when is yard exercise, sir?
When I feel like it, you loser. Otherwise, every 2 hours. But I'm warning you, right? I see one false move from you, and you stay locked up. I'll go straight down to U9. And I would advise you not to rush it. You'll be down there soon enough.
Do we get time in the yard, sir?
What is this? Isn't the filtered air in here good enough for you? You can hold your face up to the fresh air during the yard exercise period. Don't forget to check out what happens when you get too close to the wall.
What happens then? Sir.
Let it be a sweet surprise.
What is Cell Wing U9, sir?
Our petting zoo in the basement for especially nice prisoners. We have a hell of a lot of fun down there, really. Maybe you'll hear us sometimes. We have some great conversations down there. And our colleagues from the state security are really creative. Who knows, you might even get to meet Agent 768. He's a really talented handyman, a genius. He always has his whole toolbox with him. And right, I'm telling you, the guy is a virtuoso with a drill. Even I have to leave the room when he takes that out.
You torture the prisoners?
Sir!
Sir?
We interrogate the prisoners, right? Torture is only used in totalitarian regimes. And as far as I know, the last existing one ended with a bloody abolition in 2028.
I understand, sir. Where are we, actually? What kind of a prison is this, sir?
Don't you know that, right? My God, you're even stupider than I thought. You're in the state penitentiary on Governor's Island. As a prisoner on remand, you fool! Doesn't it say that somewhere in your terrorist handbook?
As a prisoner on remand, does that mean I have the chance of being released or getting transferred to another prison?
I wouldn't bet on it, right? The only people who get out of here are the ones who leave in body bags. I hope that isn't a problem for you.
This is illegal. This prison is completely illegal, sir.
Illegal? The only thing that's illegal here is you, right? This prison is here to deal with guys like you. And we will deal with you, I promise you. You aren't the only one who was brought here with other ideas first.
There is something else. I have a question regarding my arrest, sir. Why am I here, sir?
That's a good one, right? That's a real good one. Why are you here? Well, I guess you robbed a gum vending machine, didn't you?
Aren't you even going to read me my alleged crimes? Where is the indictment? The report by the police? Something. Anything. Sir.
An indictment! You're a real comic, right?
So you don't know either, sir.
Are you trying to be funny with me, right? I don't know, and I don't care why you're here. Your arrest warrant states T, as in terrorist, and SST, as in state security treatment. That's been good enough for everyone else, and that'll be good enough for you too. If you're suffering from amnesia, don't worry. Agent 768 will help you remember.
I would like to talk to an attorney. Where can I do this, sir?
An attorney? Oh, did someone forget to notify your attorney? Hang on. I'll get you a messenger right away.
Really? Oh, that's the first good news that I...
Where do you think you are, right? The only attorney here is the prosecuting attorney, and he just signs the arrest warrants.
But how can I defend myself then? Sir.
By talking when Agent 768 interrogates you. Then it will all go a lot more quickly.
How long will I have to stay here, sir?
That depends on how long your comrade in U9 holds out. He really is a tough kid, I'll give him that. But I think we've almost broken him. Then it's your turn. And we'll see how long a softy like you can cope. Eh?
My comrade? Who would that be? And how long has he been in here already?
Only a couple of days. But you know, the boys from SST managed to break most of them after a couple of hours.
So I'm going to be in here for an undetermined amount of time, sir?
And maybe even longer.
What is this C-12 treatment? What have those guys done to me?
Nice boys, aren't they? You know, a lot of people say that Dr. Treach is a bit of a lunatic because he always works without anesthetics. But personally, I quite like that. That crunch when he opens up the crown of the tooth, and then the sound of the drill on the exposed nerve. I mean, that's music. Real music. I've recorded a disc. His most beautiful procedures in 5.1 surround sound. That gets under your skin, right? Why am I telling you? You were there.
And what are you trying to achieve with this perverse cruelty, sir?
Let's just call it preventative measure. We only want the best for you here, right? We wouldn't want anything to happen to you before we've spoken to you.
There is something else. I have a question about the other prisoners. Am I allowed to talk to the other prisoners?
During the yard exercise periods, you'll certainly have a lot of fun. Your neighbor, Jordan, is a big fan of yours, I believe. He had a really good time with your predecessor.
Where is my predecessor now, sir?
In the sick bay. Unfortunately, we didn't notice what was happening with those two until it was too late. You know, Jordan's not really meant to be in this place. He's just a respectable murderer. I mean, not a sick bastard like you.
There is something else. There is something else. I have a question about your colleague, sir.
And?
Your colleague seems to be a pretty decent guy, sir. How about you following suit?
I'll let you in on something, wise ass. Officer Smith might give the impression of being an overweight weakling, but if you think he's more easygoing than I am, then you're wrong. Smith got 94 out of the 100 points in the admission exam. And do you know why? Because he gave the most brutal answer possible to every damn question.
Really? He doesn't actually give that impression, sir.
If I think of what he did to prisoner from Z43 with a... Oh, God, even I feel sick. But they had to take him off duty for the U9 block. He was just too enthusiastic. So, if you're afraid of me, and you should be, right? Then you should be even more afraid of him. He's... dangerous.
Could it be that your colleague is a little bit jumpy, sir?
What's that supposed to mean?
I just noticed it, sir. It's hard to overlook.
Well, he had a trauma. Because of a bastard like you. Be careful with him. I'm telling you for your own good. Agent 768 is just a kindergarten bully compared to him. Don't annoy him. And don't startle him. It's easy to get him wound up.
I understand. Let me ask you, you're not afraid of him, are you, sir?
Afraid? I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm definitely not afraid of my colleagues. There's only one person here who should be afraid, right? And that is you. Is that clear?
Yes.
Sir! You address me as sir, right? Or else.
Of course, sir. There is something else.
Any more dumb questions?
No, that would be it, sir.
Everything okay with you?
Get out there, right? I have to check your cell.
Look at that. He just put his hat on the bed.
It was only the door. Only the door.
Brett hopefully won't notice that I served myself here. Brett's ketchup bottle. The upper cell's closed. If I'm not mistaken, the cell doors on my level will open in a moment. The automatic grid door. It always opens with a jerk. That's quite something.
Right. So, one more time, okay?
Get out there, right? I have to check your cell.
The officer's key. It opens the door that leads to their office. Let's get it over with. I don't have time to lose. No, without the key I can't do anything here. There we are. It almost looks inhabitable in here. I have to hurry. The gun cabinet. With one of these machine guns, I'd have a real chance here. Too bad. It's locked. A locker. I could probably find some civilian clothes in there. From one of the officers, or even a spare uniform. I could really use one of those. A monitor console. You can see exactly what's happening in every sector. So far, it's still quiet out there, but I only have a few minutes. There, my friend, I just relieved you from your pain, and from the bad crowd you were hanging out with. Okay, so now I took the thread from Mr. Longneck. Maybe I could use it for... just thinking about it turns my stomach, but I have to do it. I have to. So, that is Mr. Longneck then. These officers really have a sick kind of humor. Not yet. A locker. I could probably find some civilian clothes in there, or even a locker. I could or even a monitor console. You can see not yet. I have to remind myself not to forget to lock this door later. Quick now, before he comes to. That was close. The upper cell's closed. If I'm not mistaken, the cell doors on my level will open in a moment. God, there it is. My tooth. And this sadist in the treatment room hid a transmitter in it. No, without the key I can't. The automatic grid door. It always opens with a jerk. That's quite something. Oh, that doesn't look too good. And it smells even worse. It smells like fear and stress. Okay, now or never. Let's do it then. Psst, Bob, don't be scared.
Peter, what the?
Please be quiet, Bob. I'm knee-deep in trouble. You have to help me. I don't have a messenger anymore. Please, give me a ticket for the mag train, quick.
You want to use the mag train? Are you nuts?
Bob, please. I have to get out of here, fast.
Okay, of course.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks a lot.
You have to give yourself up, Peter.
That's not an option for me. I gotta run. Not a word to anybody, okay?
Okay, good luck.
The stop of the mag train. It borders on having a death wish to even use this thing. Lots of gangs from the burbs on it. It's better not to use it. Unless you can't afford anything else. Okay, hurry. I take the MAG train to the airport. I need my things back. What the heck is this? A voicemail message from Mr. Huntington? He looks very agitated. Seems to be important. But I don't hear anything. You can only see his lips moving. Bob's closed already. That mean it must be after 10 already. Maybe he can help me. I need your help. It's urgent.
What's going on, man?
You can read lips. I received a voice box message. The sound is missing. What does this man say?
He says... Wait a minute. He says... Mr. Wright, you're in danger. Get rid of your messenger right away. They can locate you with it.
What?
What's that supposed to mean?
Damn it. I'm such an idiot. These damn bastards. I couldn't do anything. It wasn't my fault. I guess they really aimed at me. What should I do now? I can't go back. I'm stuck down here. You could easily get lost in here. You could almost think that this is a maze. But I'm sure it's not. I'm sure I'll find my way all right. What do you know? A map. This'll help me out. A subway map. A subway map. A subway map. A subway map. What do we have here? An old shoe. Hey, an old subway station. That's the stop Lafayette Avenue. I've been here before. Unbelievable, nothing has changed, really. They even left the lights on. Only that everything looks pretty much run down. Straight ahead. There are people. I hope they're okay. How on earth did that trash get down here? An old shopping cart. It almost makes me feel nostalgic to see one of those darn wire jalopies again. Hello? Hello? Hey, are you not talking to me? Well, then don't talk to me. He doesn't seem to be in the mood for a chat. Hello. Excuse me for barging in here. I didn't mean to bother you.
Who the hell are you? What do you want here?
Calm down now, Charlie. Good evening, my friend. You look as if you've got a problem. What brings you to me?
You're the guys from the airport, right?
Perhaps.
I'm Peter Wright.
That's right. I have seen your face on the telescreens. You're dead, aren't you? Shot to death escaping from Governor's Island. A Luddite brought to justice by the state.
I'm not a Luddite.
You're not?
No. Or... I don't know, really.
Well, you're definitely in trouble, Peter.
Yeah. Tell me about it. You have a problem with that? I mean... because they say that I'm...
Not at all. It's got nothing to do with me. And I do not want to get involved in anything. You have to do what feels right. And right now, you have to hide.
How right you are. There was a shooting in the park. Somebody got killed, but those bullets were meant for me.
Let's get rid of him. He's only gonna set the cops on us for sure. Let's get rid of him, Professor.
I really don't know where to go anymore.
Have you got a messenger on you?
No, I just threw it away, that damn thing.
Good. Got any other electronic equipment?
No, I have... nothing left. Absolutely nothing.
Good. You can stay here.
That's a stupid idea, Professor. What are we gonna do with all these damn guys? They're getting more and more.
Leave it, Charlie. The man here needs help. And he deserves it, too.
I thank you so much.
You're safe here. Take a rest.
Great, just great.
May I ask you something?
Of course, my friend.
I have a question regarding this subway station. You mentioned several other men being down here.
Yes, we have another guest down here. A Mr. Graham Oswald. He looks just terrible.
Graham Oswald? Where is he?
He's lying next door in the car. He's not doing too well. He's got horrible injuries. He told us that he escaped from Governor's Island.
I have to see him. Now.
He's been tortured. He's much too weak at the moment and can't talk to you now. I think we'll all be lucky if he ever recovers.
You don't understand me. I have to see him. Now.
Okay. Go then. But don't strain him too much.
The cops never come down here?
Oh, yes, sometimes. But they are very, very careful.
The gas explosion. I've heard about it.
Yes, a terrible thing. I told Yuri, but he's just so impulsive. The cops have cut down their searches since then. If they come down here, they bring heavily armed troops with infrared localizers and night vision devices.
And then? What do you do?
We use an escape tunnel and play cat and mouse. They haven't got a chance. Once they had a converted infobot with them which rode the rails back and forward. That was close.
So what did you do?
Well, it was really an old model and based on an algorithm that one of my assistants had developed. Full of errors. I knew the software, of course, and the admin password. I delivered my wayward son a Philippic by means of basis commands. Then he traveled back like a good boy and registered that he could find nothing out of the ordinary.
It's about Graham Oswald. Did he tell you anything else?
He begged us to take him to his family. He believed that he'd never see them again.
That is impossible. They are looking for him everywhere. And they will not let him get away again.
And we can't transport him either. He's lost too much blood. And if we move him, he'll bleed to death.
Do you know how he got down here?
He told us he swam from Governor's Island to the bay. I just don't know how he could have done that. Then he crawled into one of the massive waste pipes at the port and lay there after moving a couple of 100 meters. Yuri found him there.
It's a miracle that he got out of there alive. You know what he's accused of, right?
We don't ask what anyone has done or why they come to us. He needs help, and that's what matters.
You just don't want to hear anything, right? Did you never think about why the Luddites do such things? And why they are wanted, chased, and tracked down by the police? Why they get tortured like this in prisons just like Governor's Island? Tell me, who do the Luddites really threaten?
I told you, Peter, I am not interested. I would help anyone who is suffering and needs my help. What separates us from machines, computers, programs, and clients is that we are human beings. And that's what it's about, being human. That's the only thing that no machine will ever be able to copy.
Yeah, maybe. I have another question as well. Can I ask you something personal?
Of course. No one has any secrets here.
Why does Charlie call you Professor?
That's easy. Because I am, or better said, was a professor.
A real professor? At university?
Are there any false professors? Although on second thought, you're right. I was a real professor, who was replaced by a false professor.
And what was your special area?
I was professor of computer linguistics at the Institute of Technology for 20 years.
Wow. But that's a pretty qualified job. How can it be then? I mean...
You mean how did I get down here? Figuratively and literally, down here.
Yeah. What happened?
Well, you know, Peter, I was part of the Mindscape program. We were dealing with improved AI structures, neuronal networks, and so on, in a project commissioned by the government. Maybe you know our first results from what's being applied in the infobots nowadays.
Sure. But the infobots have room for improvement.
Of course. They were just our first attempts for industrial use. We had got much further at the Institute. Then I did something that was actually fantastic. I wrote a program that was cleverer than I was.
But that in itself is not a bad thing.
Yes, but this program made me dispensable, and it took over my job. Quite ironic, don't you think?
And an electronic tutor replaced you?
Yes, it was an AI routine that is being used a great deal now. It was also used and further developed by Professor Emerson's people, and they were rather successful.
You know this Emerson?
Yes, of course. He was a fellow student and one of the most talented in our year. He was asked by the NSA to work on this Echelon 2 project directly after finishing his studies.
He's dead. Did you know that?
Yes, of course. Plane crash, wasn't it?
Yes.
It wasn't too difficult to guess that. Emerson had always been a man with principles. He worked quite fanatically on his projects. And later on, he worked just as fanatically to stop them. It was foreseeable that this Luddite thing would kill him sooner or later.
Why are you not one of them? I mean, one of the Luddites?
The Luddites? You mean I would have enough reasons for joining them?
Well, yeah. After all you told me, you would be the ideal...
You have to decide. Either you take the path Emerson took,
or you do nothing.
that is unfair. I have chosen life.
This life.
Yes, this life. I look after Charlie. I help people like you. That's life. Responsibility, charity, selflessness. Not hate and destruction and ambition and dreams of freedom. Dreams that can never come true.
You are running away from reality.
No, Peter. You are fleeing from reality. You cannot turn back the hands of time. And you can't force reality to change by means of bomb attacks.
I did not do that.
Oh, yes, you did. And you know that if you are trying to live a life that doesn't exist anymore, then you'll only neglect living the life you could live. And in the end, you end up without a life at all.
I haven't got any kind of life since this system destroyed my life. That is what I have to change.
Whatever you think, you will see that you will end up with nothing.
I have another question as well. Can I ask you something else?
Of course, my friend.
How long have you been here already?
Let's see. It's got to be about 15 years now.
15 years? You have been living in this subway here for 15 years?
Not just in this subway station. In the beginning, I lived in the station directly under the Institute of Technology. Somehow I had a need to be close to it. But that stopped after a while. And when I picked up Charlie, we moved here. This car is better. And in this part of the subway system, there are fewer rats, too.
And do you plan to get old here?
I am already old.
Well, not that old anyway. Yet. Then how old are you, Professor?
60. Why are you interested in that?
Well, it's not so easy anymore for a man your age to live down here. So you were 45 years old when you got here.
Exactly. In the prime of my academic career. But you know, Peter, it does get better being down here as you get older. You get physically weaker, but at the same time less demanding. I need no luxury. Do you know Diogenes?
He lived in a barrel.
Isn't that an attractive ideal? I think I am coming quite close to that.
Subway philosophy.
It's better than fighting against windmills up there.
What do you live off?
You've already seen us at the airport. We beg. You don't have to be ashamed to beg. It's an honest and tiring job. Take a look at the criminals in business suits from the United Bank Trust.
You've got a point there. But how do you do this actually, without a messenger? Because nobody can give you money.
The people have to take the trouble to buy us something.
And some of them do that?
Some do.
And you never get in trouble with the cops?
I think they have been given orders to leave us in peace. We are irrelevant. It is just a waste of time and money to bother us. They have got us under control as long as we are above ground. And when we are down here, they can't harm us. It's a convenient life.
There is something else. I have another question as well. I would like to know something about Charlie. How did you get to know him?
Charlie came to me as I was living under the Institute just after my dismissal.
Came to you?
Yes. He was one of the kids that were orphaned during the street fights in the Lower East Side. He fled into the subway system and was running about in the dark on his own. A 6-year-old boy.
Oh, goodness gracious. And then he met you.
Yes, I was just getting to feel at home, and then this poor little guy suddenly came into my car in the dark. And he's been with me ever since.
Then you are like a father to him.
And he's like a son to me. I don't know what I'd do without him now.
I feel the tears coming on now.
Why does he reject me so?
Damn you, why don't you just ask me, man? And I'll show you why.
Do you see what I mean?
Come on, Charlie. Leave Mr. Wright alone. He's fine. Maybe a little misdirected, but okay. You know, Charlie doesn't like it when new people join our family. He doesn't like to share. Do you understand? He's afraid of losing me. because he's already lost his parents once.
Great. You just go on and tell him what a damn crazy man I am.
Charlie, haven't we had enough of that? You have to learn to deal with yourself. You want to be an adult? Well, act like an adult then.
Can that guy just damn disappear?
They're after him, Charlie. Don't you understand?
They could put him in jail for all I care.
Charlie.
Let it go. I'll talk to him myself about this.
Oh yeah, that'll be great. I'm just so looking forward to it, man.
Can I ask you something else?
Of course, my friend.
Thank you, Professor.
No problem, my friend.
Mr. Oswald. Is that you?
Mr. Wright. Well, opened up all the moving boxes by now?
Oh my God.
I look terrible, right? This prison isn't exactly a holiday resort.
Yeah, I had that impression too. Damn bastards. But it'll be okay. You need a doctor, and then everything else will be...
I don't think I need a doctor.
Oh, come on. We're gonna make it.
He's lost a lot of blood. He keeps on passing out.
I want to see Tommy and Debbie.
Can't we stop the bleeding?
Doesn't look too good.
Mr. Oswald, I've read your diary.
Oh, yeah? Interesting. Don't you think? My God, I was such an idiot. I was so stupid. I should have realized it was all for nothing.
Your diary was absolutely invaluable to me, Mr. Oswald. It was not all in vain. I was able to locate one of the target coordinates of the system. A coordinate which I got from the Bermuda platform.
You were there?
I blew it up. But I don't know where the center of this system is located. I need a second coordinate in order to have a point of interception on the map.
One of the coordinates is stored on my computer. You have to enter the password.
What is the password?
Get Tommy and Debbie here.
The password. What is it?
Double think.
He's delirious.
Doublethink. A password is doublethink.
If you can make it to the airport, you'll find a private plane on runway 12. It's been fully refueled. Maybe it could take you to the center of the system. In any case, you have to get out of here.
Mr. Oswald. Mr. Oswald! Is he...
Only unconscious. Leave him alone.
Hello? What can I do for you?
Hello, Mrs. Oswald. Are you home? Mrs. Oswald? Mrs. Deborah Oswald?
Yeah?
Mrs. Oswald, unfortunately, I have to inform you about your confinement to the house. Please don't get yourself into difficulties. You have the right to remain silent. Please stay away from the door.
Pardon? Confinement? What do you mean?
It's not that hard to comprehend, is it?
Confinement? Why? Who are you anyway? Show me some identification first.
Type 2 scenario, right? Shall I?
No. There's also a child in the house. I'll do it. Mrs. Oswald, I'm asking you to cooperate with us to make things easier for us both. Thank you. Please comply with the following instructions. You have the right to move freely in your apartment. You are not allowed to use any communication devices or to open any windows. Otherwise, we will be forced to make use of firearms. Are the instructions clear enough?
Mom, who are they? Did they take Dad too?
Be quiet, Tommy.
Did you understand that, Mrs. Oswald?
Yes. Yes, I understand.
Good. Now it will be your obligation to let your son be aware of those instructions as well. We certainly don't want your child to get hurt, right?
Oh my God.
That's all. Number 2, attend to the door.
Yes, we can.
Good.
And what are we going to do now?
We're going to wait.
May I ask you something?
Of course, my friend.
I have a question regarding this subway station. How can I get out of here?
But you've just arrived, Peter. Don't you want to take a rest first? By the way, what do you want up there, where they are looking for you? They'll probably put you straight under arrest.
That's probably true.
It's better if you only move around in the tunnels. That's an excellent possibility.
Are all of these subway stations still connected to each other?
Yes, of course. The whole network has been kept the way it was. There are just no subway cars running because of the safety issue.
And are you familiar with the surroundings down here? You probably are, right?
Of course. But Yuri is our tunnel specialist. He knows them like the back of his hand. If you want to know anything, then you should ask him.
Do you have a map for me?
A map? No, you don't need one. Yuri will show you the way and take you where you want to go.
I'm sure I'll find the way by myself.
You can check out the tunnels. Maybe you can find an old map that's still intact. Ask Yuri, though.
I have another question as well. I would like to ask a question about Yuri. He refuses to show me the way.
Well, that's the sensitive Russian soul, I guess. Have you insulted him? Or hurt his feelings?
Not that I know of. He seems to have some other problem. One that he already had before.
It's probably because of his shoe. He lost it when he brought Graham Oswald here, and cut up his foot badly on the gravel between the rails.
I understand. I would give him one of mine, but let me see, how could I help him? Could it be that he doesn't speak our language that well?
Why do you think that? He's actually very good.
But he doesn't respond when I address him.
Then maybe he's still too drunk. Or already too drunk. Or he's contemplating something. It'll be okay soon. You just wait.
How did Yuri get here? How long has he been down here already?
Yuri was my student. He came on an academic exchange program to me. An extremely talented young man. He was responsible for the programming of conversation strategies and world knowledge. He created, for example, the conversation AI of the first Infobot generation.
Conversation AI? Are you serious? Actually, he doesn't strike me as the talkative type. Then what is he doing down here? With that kind of qualification, he would immediately get a job at Central Robotics.
He doesn't want a job at Central Robotics. Yuri has always dreamed of programming a cybernetic poet. I suggested that he write his doctoral dissertation on this topic together with me, if he'd have got that far.
Cybernetic poet? So you mean a Dostoevsky bot? Or how else do I have to imagine that thing?
Something like that, but nothing came of it. And Yuri decided to come with me instead of continuing to program conversation routines for elevator inquiries.
Actually, I can absolutely understand that. Because it's just tiresome to have such conversations on a normal daily basis. To design them must be even worse. Can I ask you something else?
Of course, my friend.
Thank you, Professor.
No problem, my friend.
Hey, Charlie.
What's up?
Can I talk to you very quickly?
Oh, man. No. Quit bugging me, man.
Can I ask you something?
No.
Why are you in such a bad mood?
Am I, man?
Yes, you are.
Well, that's just my business.
Of course. Is it really because of me? Because I'm putting you guys out?
No, man.
There is something else. Why are you in such a bad mood?
Am I, man?
Yes,
Well, let's...
of course.
No, man.
It's okay.
You can bet him.
Hey,
What's up?
can I talk to you?
Oh, man, no. Quit bugging.
I wanted to ask you for a favor.
Oh, yeah?
Can you show me the way to my apartment?
To your apartment, man? Sure. Why don't you just walk up the street and take the damn MAC train, man?
I mean, through the underground tunnels, of course. You know what kind of situation I'm in, don't you? And I can't possibly find my way down here.
Who cares? I don't recall sending out an invitation.
If you're gonna help me, I'll be gone much earlier.
Interesting. But no thanks. Why don't you just walk off and leave us alone?
It's okay. Forget about it.
You can bet on that, man.
Hi. Can I talk to you right now?
If you want. What you want?
Now. What took you so long?
I have been thinking.
Uh-huh. What about?
About the poetry of the machines.
Poetry of the machines? What do you mean by that?
Imagine a hall full of infobots. They are standing there and talking.
About what?
They are talking about me. They are talking about the programmer of their conversation routines.
And what is it they're talking about?
They are happy. And they are proud of me. That's poetic. Oh, don't you think?
Yeah. Maybe it is. Do they really do that?
I hope so. I hope they haven't forgotten me.
You programmed the first Infobot generation.
It was hard work.
I know a couple of the first prototypes.
And? Do you like them?
Honestly? I don't think they're exactly state-of-the-art.
Because you are talking about the wrong topics with them. Identifications, authentications, codes. These are no challenges for my programs. Such trivialities insult their intelligence. Ask them about Tolstoy and War and Peace. Ask them about Nietzsche, Kant and Hegel. You will be surprised how much my infobots think about things like that. And what amazing things they are capable of doing.
Yeah, well, the only thing they ever ask me for are elevator passwords.
You should experience them when no one else is around, and there are several of them. Then they start talking about poetry, philosophy, life.
But they don't really live.
Who knows? I have never dared to switch off one of my bots.
Why not? They are machines.
They have asked me not to. Then I knew that there was no going back. It's a wonderful feeling to have created something. But it is even more wonderful to see it becoming independent. It means loss, but also a kind of triumph too. It is as if your own kids are leaving home.
You know your way around these tunnels? I have to find the way to my apartment.
Every life is like a long way home, don't you think?
Absolutely. But I have to get to my apartment house really urgently, and the professor told me you might be able to help me.
Of course I can. And maybe you'll be so kind as to help me find my shoe. I have lost it. Without my shoe, I can hardly show you where you have to go. I have injured myself, you know.
Okay, I'll see what I can do about that.
And I am sure you need a complete map. Otherwise, you'll lose your way down here. I can't go with you all the way.
All right.
Take your time. You know where to find me.
I gotta go. See you later.
See you later. Say hello to my bots for me.
Here, your shoe.
My god, it's kaput. Must have come from the fall. I can't accompany you like that, my friend.
There, I repaired the shoe as much as possible.
Thank you, my friend. Oh, that is really nice of you. Okay, come with me. I'll show you the turnoff at the back of the tunnel. We have to walk through the dark a bit. Then you go through another door and into a second tunnel. Go straight ahead past the large sewer pipe. From then on, you will be able to find your way on the map.
Thanks, Yuri.
Say hello to my bots for me. Tell them I'm fine.
Made it. If Yuri's description was correct, I should be able to climb up to our building from here. I can't get to it. I can't get to it. I did it. 23 damn floors. I have to be careful now. Tommy! 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 Come here! Please! I'm over here! Right here behind the door!
Mr. Wright, why are you in there? You have 2 men in our house.
2 men? What men? Where are they from?
They have black suits, and they don't have names, only numbers like 1 and 2. And they won't let us out of the house. They are...
Bad guys?
Yeah,
Did they say what they want?
I think they are looking for Daddy, and for you.
Is your mom okay?
She is scared, and I'm scared too.
Of course you are. Don't worry. I'll get us out of here.
Did you find my dad?
Yes. Yeah. I did find your dad. Listen, Tommy. You have to help me now. It's very, very important. You have to listen very carefully. And then you need to do exactly what I told you. Can you do that?
I will.
Good. Now listen. Go to your mom right now and tell her that I'm in here, that I found your dad. And then you tell her to type a password into your dad's computer. That password is doublethink. Can you remember that?
Of course.
What's the password again?
Doublethink.
Very good. Next, she will see a map on the computer screen. She needs to print out that map. Did you get that so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you too have to find a way to come here and meet me here in the floor toilet. Just make up some excuse, okay?
And then?
And as soon as you're both in here, we leave. And get out of here, Tommy. To see your dad. He's already waiting for you. Got it all?
Okay.
Then let's go, kid. Go ahead already. Good luck. See you in a bit.
Okay, that's it. They're not swollen up enough yet. They're not swollen up enough yet. Can I ask a question?
Go on.
What do you want from us?
Nothing personal, Mrs. Oswald. As what I've just said. Please remain silent, and nothing's going to happen.
What are you here for?
It's not about you. We're looking for a terrorist, and we have reasons to believe that he's going to report to you.
A terrorist? My goodness, nonsense! I don't know any terrorists.
You even know two.
What? Who? Are you joking?
I'm afraid no.
Who do you mean?
I don't want to spoil the surprise for you.
Now what are we doing here?
We will wait.
And what are we waiting for?
A visit.
Nobody's coming here.
I think somebody's going to come sooner or later.
And how long is this going to continue?
Until someone comes.
Until then, you both wait here. You and number 2?
Exactly. We've got all the time in the world.
Oh, great.
So it's all the more important that we get along with each other. And that can only happen as long as you don't do something foolish.
Are you from the police?
Perhaps.
Then you are obligated to tell me your names, and to show some identification. You can't just push your way in here and detain us.
We can't?
No.
Yes, we can.
Of course we can. Actually, we even have to. Don't be mad, Mrs. Oswald. We're just doing our job. And we all have to do our jobs right, don't you think? You know, my instructor always said, number 1, there are 2 sides to our job. There's the nice side. If the clients cooperate, then we all just sit together, nibble biscuits, drink tea, and nothing's going to happen to anyone. But then there's the other side. The side where the cleaning service has to be called when we're done. I would always prefer tea and biscuits, and I would really appreciate it if you also want to have it that way.
Do you have something to do with my husband being arrested?
Perhaps.
Where is he? What did you do with him?
We? Nothing.
What do you know about it?
Mrs. Oswald, I already told you. We're not here because of you. Don't burden yourself with the questions when the answers could possibly be unpleasant for you. Let us just wait here. It's better for you, believe me.
May I ask you something else?
Please.
At least let the boy go. He's a child, and whatever you want, he has nothing to do with it.
That's irrelevant. Unfortunately, he must stay here.
Just what kind of people are you? How can you lock up a little boy?
I stay here, Mom, with you.
See, he doesn't even want to go. A true little hero. You can be proud of him, Mrs. Oswald. I'm sure he loves to go to school, knows his ABCs by heart already, and he's Mum's little sunshine. Am I right? But he must stay here, under all circumstances. And I hope you understand what I mean.
Do you have children?
What?
Do you have children?
That's beside the point, and definitely not an issue here.
Is it a boy? A boy like Tommy? Why don't you answer me?
Number 1?
Yeah?
Shall I take over?
No. You're a clever woman, Mrs. Oswald. You pretty much know when you're supposed to talk, and when you're not.
All right. That's it for now. I have one more thing.
Sure.
How long are we still supposed to wait?
I think I've already answered that.
Does that mean you're gonna, move in?
We'll stay until our job is done. But don't worry, we won't cause any trouble. Am I right, number 2?
Yep.
You see, number 2 likes you as well. That's a real compliment for you both. But number 2 can also get really nasty. Right, number 2? Right, number 2?
Yes! Don't get on my nerves, or else.
You see?
There's a little problem.
What's the matter?
The toilet is stuffed up.
How did that happen?
The pipes are old. I've called Central Services 1,000 times, but they're just taking their time.
I understand. So what now?
There's a communal toilet outside in the hall. Can I take Tommy there?
No.
All right. Then I guess you'll have to shoot us.
We probably will.
My son needs to go to the bathroom, and we're going to the communal bathroom in the hall now. Understand?
You're not going anywhere.
Come on, number 2. Let them go. Number 5 and number 6 already positioned in front of the house. They cannot escape.
But you will have to explain this to the supervisor.
Yeah. Don't make such a fuss. Go ahead, Mrs. Oswald. I trust you, so don't disappoint me, okay? If you're not back here in 2 minutes, I'll have to...
I got it.
I'm sure you do. Well, go ahead.
I have another question. May I ask you something else?
Please.
I have another question. All right. That's it for now. Come on, Tommy. Mr. Wright, how's Graham doing?
We should really hurry to get to him.
Why hurry? Did he...
Do you have the printout?
Yeah, here.
Good. Tommy? Everything okay? Ready to climb?
Sure.
Up there? Into that duct? We can do that, right, buddy? And let's go. Time is running out. Mr. Oswald?
Oh God, Graham! Oh my God!
Hey, Tommy, Deborah, it's so good to see you. I am so sorry. Don't worry, young man. Mom will look after you.
Come on, Professor. Let them have a moment, okay? Mrs. Oswald, is he...
Yes.
I'm really sorry for your loss. Did he tell you what happened? Did he tell you what he worked on? What he found out? Where he was most recently?
He tried to. But me... I don't really want to know. I've got to take care of Tommy now.
Your husband didn't die for nothing, Mrs. Oswald. He did something really great. He had more courage and insight than most of us. You can be very proud of him. I'll make sure that his death was not in vain.
What are you going to do now?
I'm going to finish what your husband wanted to do.
And... what did he want to do?
I'll explain everything to you when I get back. The professor and Charlie will bring Tommy and you to a safe place. You'll see to that, Professor, won't you?
Of course, my friend.
Then let's go. I have to get going.
Good luck.
I'll see you in a couple of days. Okay. I hope the airplane is still there like Mr. Oswald told me.